It was precisely 4:57 p.m. on a Friday in late October when Eleanor Hayes felt the subtle shift in the air conditioning hum change, like the building itself was holding its breath. She sat at her desk on the 14th floor of the Chicago headquarters of Sterling Capital Partners, the same desk she'd occupied for 17 years. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard, not typing anything urgent anymore. The monitor reflected her face, attractive in that understated way. With sharp cheekbones, warm hazel eyes that had seen too many boardroom storms, and silver streaks threading through dark waves she kept tied back in a simple ponytail. No power suits for Eleanor. Just a crisp navy blouse, comfortable flats, and the faint scent of lavender hand lotion. The email had arrived at 4:15. Subject: Final offboarding confirmation. From HR. CC to Marcus Reed, the vice president who'd swept in 6 months earlier like a Silicon Valley storm. Marcus was the kind of man who wore limited edition sneakers with tailored suits, quoted podcasts about disruption during meetings, and had just promoted his niece Lauren to lead digital transformation. Lauren, 26, posted daily stories about empowering legacy systems with fresh energy while sipping oat milk lattes from a branded tumbler. Eleanor read the email once, then again. 3 weeks severance. Return company property by Monday. Role deemed non-essential in agile restructuring. She didn't cry. She didn't even sigh loudly. Instead, she felt a strange calm settle, the kind that comes after years of being the invisible backbone. You see, Eleanor wasn't loud. She didn't chase titles or viral Slack reactions. But if a multi-million-dollar escrow account needed rekeying under 2008 compliance rules, if a Federal Reserve interface threw a cryptic error at 2 a.m., or if a client audit demanded notarized trails from a decade ago, everyone dialed Eleanor's extension. Not Marcus. Not Lauren. Her. Her day had started normally enough. Coffee black at 7:10 a.m. from the breakroom machine that still sputtered like it had since 2012. Review of overnight migration logs by 8:15. The quarterly escrow portfolio shuffle involved 15 high-net-worth client silos, encrypted, redundant, layered with legacy protocols no one else fully understood. Eleanor moved through it methodically, sipping cooling coffee, the soft sounds of city traffic filtering through the window. By 2:45 p.m., 0 errors. Clean audit trail timestamped and archived. She sent the all-clear to legal with a single polite line. Ready for review. Let me know if questions. Marcus had walked by earlier. Loud tie flapping. Bluetooth earpiece glowing. Eleanor, if you ever decide to retire, we'd be toast. Seriously. She'd smiled faintly. Better keep me happy then. But deep down, she knew the truth. Her name appeared as designated legacy administrator on dozens of operational systems. She'd authored dense, precise documentation, almost poetic in its clarity, that new hires skimmed and joked about. She held authority on 7 critical protocols, including escrow holds and regulatory interfaces. Yet leadership never asked for handovers. They only called when the machine groaned. That afternoon, Lauren had stopped by, rhinestone tumbler in hand, fake lashes fluttering. Hey, Eleanor. Mind sharing the password for the blue folder contracts? Trying to streamline. Eleanor had nodded. Open her notes. Typed calmly. But inside, something surgical clicked. Quiet women ignored too long don't scream. They document. They label. They set reminders for the bombs no one sees. By 4:30, her admin credentials downgraded automatically. The encrypted vault, 15 years of blueprints. Contract versions, sign-offs, still accessible but flagged for transfer. A transition note read, ensure responsibilities fully transferable to new digital lead. like she was obsolete hardware. Eleanor sat listening to the HVAC hum, then opened a plain text editor. Not the requested handover docs. Something else. Precise. Purposeful. She navigated the internal registry, pulling files from 2006 to 2014, sorted by risk. Deep in compliance archives. For layers down. Escrow subfolder. 17 files still listed her as sole executive authority. No backups. No delegates. She wasn't furious. Not in the explosive way. Clarity had replaced anger long ago. She'd survived 2 CEOs. Regulatory scandals. A ransomware attempt. Rewritten protocols mid-crisis. But nothing prepared her for being erased by sparkle and buzzwords. Marcus called himself a disruptor. Lauren's LinkedIn boasted meme futurist, culture curator. They'd highlighted Lauren's coffee machine TikTok in the quarterly update instead of Eleanor's flawless migrations. Eleanor flagged protocols one by one, each like planting a quiet legal landmine. Clause requiring quarterly designated legacy administrator sign-off. Absence triggers breach escalation. Nested authorities in client agreements. Dormant but expensive accounts tied with her signature and decades of logic. She toggled lines in the backend. XML auto-renew false. Flags for null authority contact after 14 days. Silent confirmations pinged legal archives. Breadcrumbs. Not alarms. She left a draft email unsent. In case of fire. Start with clause 9 on client 7. Saved as sticky note under the keyboard. Call legal before client 7. Timestamped as secure zip. Transition complete. At 4:45. HR pinged for offboarding sync. She replied she'd sent materials. Then, methodically, she revoked credentials one by one, leaving just enough for Monday's collapse. The last act, a calendar invite to Lauren. Subject, legacy protocol onboarding canceled. Message, best of luck. She shut the laptop, picked up her mug, walked out. Badge scanned red-green-red. No one noticed. Outside, the autumn wind bit sharp. Eleanor didn't look back. Systems remember better than people. Contracts don't chase trends. Some roles aren't redundant. They're foundational. She just walked out with the master key. Monday arrived with the kind of gray Chicago sky that presses down on the city like a weight. Lauren breezed into the office at 9:15, iced matcha in one hand, ring light in the other, filming a first week as transformation lead story. Marcus held court in the glass conference room, green juice in hand, talking synergy. No one noticed the first hiccup until 10:07 a.m. Grayson Capital, the firm's oldest institutional client, attempted secure deal room login for Q4 documents. Access denied. Escrow compliance, sign-off missing. Trigger source flagged. The client's rep, Wallace, a no-nonsense 62-year-old, emailed calmly. Please advise. Barbara, wait. Eleanor, available? Bounced to Lauren. She labeled it client glitch, forwarded to IT. IT tried overrides. Failed. Master script, last edited by Eleanor, rejected. Wallace called. Lauren answered sparkling. Hi. Lauren here. Digital lead. Pause. Is Eleanor still point of contact for escrow clause 127? Lauren blinked. She's transitioned. I'm handling. Wallace hung up. Clause 127 wasn't minor. It required designated legacy administrator sign-off on any rekey or transition. Eleanor Asoledla. No successor. Legal scrambled. Pulling dusty PDFs. Someone muttered. What's a legacy protocol? Second client. Frayne Partners. Submission bounced. Signatory authority invalid. Fire drill ensued. Marcus called an in-person meeting. Red-faced. He waved printed emails. Why, everything routed through her. IT lead. No one asked to change it. Marcus scanned for blame. She's been gone 1 day. A document surfaced from shared drive. Transition plan not approved. Time-stamped her final night. Esoteric list. Access dependencies. Dormant auto-renewals. Clauses needing explicit handover. Bold. Client 7 escrow review pending. Do not engage without legal. If found post-departure. Assume breach imminent. Initials YH. No one touched files. Credential flow froze. Legal whispered liability. Junior sent to storage for notarized copies. Lauren filmed a TikTok on legacy bureaucracy vibes as another client emailed, escrow access still down. 3 days later, Clearview Holdings called for year-end migration Q&A. Routine until, is Eleanor still our escrow review contact? Lauren, she's retired, but I'm on transitions. Ice-cold reply. Clause requires her specifically. Term 4B lists Eleanor Hayes explicitly. Call ended. Midnight system scan hit 0 on validation. DA field null. Flagged legal risk. Failure to execute sign-off. Red icon pinged. Denise in legal clicked. Printed. Rush to Marcus. 7 escrowed contracts name her sole authority. No successor docs means auto-triggered breach status. Marcus. Appoint someone new. Legal. Not how these legacy trust contracts work. Hard-coded during early frameworks. Absence, without handover activates terms. Lauren. Can't we override? Legal. She didn't give that option. Panic spread quietly. Archived notes surfaced. Eleanor's commentary on protocols untouched since before modern tools. Transition subfolder. 8 files titled, without her sign-off. Deal in breach. Each time-stamped pre-departure. Signed YH. Marcus slammed folder. Fix it. Legal. Can't fix hard-coded contract. You removed the operator. System has no authorized user. Air thinned. Breadcrumbs Eleanor left now trails. One investor called quietly. Who approved transition? Was Section 14.3 be reviewed? Upstairs. Chairman returned from vacation. Rolled suitcase across marble lobby. Smiled at intern. Stepped into executive suite. Marcus midrant. Lauren filming. Morning. Where's Eleanor? Marcus chuckled. Replaced with younger, modern talent. Chairman froze. Dashboard screen. Access restricted. DLA required. Denise approached tablet trembling. Clause 14.3b. Key personnel termination without successor triggers liability review. Alerts to federal partners. Status. Triggered. Chairman. You removed her without successor. Marcus. Sticky note left. Didn't realize critical. Chairman. She left it active intentionally. Phone lit with federal inquiry. Downstairs. Someone found taped key and paper. System knows when missing guardian. Good luck. YH. The cracks multiplied by Wednesday. Torrance and Bly sent priority audit request. Screenshots of access logs. Highlighted 2011 contract excerpt, Section 17.3 mandating 30-day handoff on signatory reallocation. Failure equals breach of trust. Escrow suspended. Signatory Eleanor H. Backup not assigned. Building didn't shake, visibly. But tension curdled. Denise froze at printer. Chairman read twice. Jaw granite. Finance fielded calls. Client 7 escrow revoked. Clearview pulled millions to holding. 4 accounts frozen. Investor followed. Clause 14.3 be not reviewed? Legal confirmed. Eleanor sole signer on 7 protocols. No documented successor. Flagged clause prevented auto-reassignment. She shut the door and locked it. Emergency meeting convened. Marcus arrived with unopened Red Bull. Forced composure. Denise mirrored dashboard. 7 contracts breached. 3 escalated. 4 suspended. Red icons pulsed tied to one name. Clauses active and binding, Denise stated evenly. Triggered by absence of designated authority. Not hidden. Marcus. No one told me they were enforced. Denise. You were required to ask. To read what your signature replaced. To consult legal before removing key personnel controlling trust protocols. Breach notices, 4 firms. 2 paused payments. 1 clawback. 1 arbitration. Torrance filed preliminary fiduciary breach with commission. Junior exec entered with manila folder from offboarding archive. Clause review packet night before departure. Title handwritten. In case you forgot. I built this. Highlighted clauses. Footnotes. Escalation protocols. Last page posted. I warned you. You laughed. Yach. Room half full. Who thought she replaceable? Silence. Obvious answer, everyone. Meanwhile, 2 time zones away, Eleanor sat on a quiet cafe patio. Rustling leaves overhead. Cappuccino foam wilting. Laptop chimed. Clause trigger confirmed. Enforcement underway. Thank you. She smiled softly, not smug. Just finished. Second tab. Offer letter from consulting firm. $480,000 base. Relocation. Bonus. Transition architect role. She didn't accept yet. Time was hers now. Wind flipped napkin revealing doodle. Circuit complete. Closed. Thursday brought the guillotine. Largest client audit triggered full review. Finance dropped mug, dull thud. Chairman stood, arms crossed at window. Watching ship sink. Turned to Marcus. Shook head once. Slow. Final. Walked out. Calls escalated. Archived contracts pulled. Last resort folder revealed printed sheet. System knows. Yach. Eleanor had prepared surgically. Dormant mechanisms built years ago when no one noticed. Invisible systems let you write future in plain sight. Escrow trigger A. Quarterly sign-off by DLA required. Absence escalates breach. Sole DLA, Eleanor H. No transfer. She'd clicked confirm pre-exit. Toggled 5 legacy accounts, tripwires. Set flags. Breadcrumbs for trail. Not reckless. Protective. Panic toxic now. Lauren tried bluff calls. Interim compliance. Clients forwarded to legal teams. Now in breach. Enforcement follows. No heart. No lungs. No circulation left. Foundation buckled on one woman's spine. By Friday, storm fully unleashed. 7 contracts in active breach. Payments paused. Clawbacks initiated. Federal audit loomed. Investors questioned leadership. Marcus paced. Lauren scrolled Canva templates for crisis rebrand. Useless. Denise laid compliance map. Each contract ended. Transition not completed. Authority, Eleanor H. Required. Someone whispered, can't PR out of triggered clause. Atmosphere curdled, sterile dread in press slacks. Chairman couldn't recall who built scaffolding beneath Empire. Knew it wasn't Marcus. Phone lit with inquiries. Eleanor. Far away. Closed laptop. Walked into new chapter without glance back. Sometimes oldest systems hardest to replace. The question lingers, in chase for bold and new. How many quiet guardians do we discard before the whole structure crumbles? And when the contracts fight back, who truly pays the price?